Welcome back to the B4evaKool podcast. My name is Rex45.
My name is TJ with 2 L's and Coffee.
What's going on, man? We're going to do a quick recap of the qualifying 1 and 2 in the sprint race. Man, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, watching Silverstone. Such a big track, it's like over 3 miles. Not a lot of hard braking. We're back from summer break and just decided to watch some MotoGP, but it was good. Good sprint action today for sure.
And what did you think about the qualifying?
So the qualifying was pretty, it was pretty good. There was like a couple of big hitters in there that, obviously there's going to be a lot of guys that's trying to get to the top of the pack that get stuck in the Q1. But Alex Marquez and Pedro Acosta got through.
Right. I mean, it seemed pretty tight. I thought Raul Fernandez was going to have it for a little bit. Morbidelli, I thought these guys were going to do it, and like you said, Alex Marquez and Acosta came through Q1. It's pretty interesting how close Remy Gardner and Fabio is. Because Remy Gardner is just filling in. And he was less than a second off of Fabio's pace. I know we just talked about Rins getting that seat, but I mean, hey, Remy Gardner might need another tour in MotoGP.
Yeah, I mean, there's seats open. I mean, he's I think this is his second or third round this year. So, I mean, he's always been in the back, but it's just what he's been given. But he's still proven that he can keep up, which is a good thing. And yeah, from Fabio's time to his, I mean, Fabio is in the 159s.
Mm-hmm.
To be really competitive, you got to be in the 58s, pretty much. I mean, obviously the top 2 guys are closer than that, but I think Remy Gardner is definitely pushing it to. I don't know if he's trying to get a seat, but
right. I think he's just having fun and just taking advantage of the opportunity. It's unfortunate that Rins got hurt and is sitting out for the weekend. Obviously, he's Remy Gardner is filling in for Cal Crutchlow, who suffered an injury. And so it's not like he came in for Rins, but you never know what the next rounds are going to be like if Rins is not back in the is not fully fit by the next round.
Yeah, I mean it's yeah, we'll see. He did have a spill during practice, so I mean he is still limping out there. But I think it's good for him to get the seat time. I mean, it's just that's all you need is just to keep up with the pace. Then the sky's the limit from there. As long as you can not just fill in just one race or another, but if you can keep continuing, improve it, you can probably get a seat back.
Right. Yeah, it sounds like Ren's got a couple of weeks until the Red Bull Ring. So hopefully he'll be ready by then. But if not, Remy Gardner, you never know. Well, actually, I don't know what World Superbike weekend is like, but I suspect if he's available, he'll be happy. And he still has tomorrow in the sprint race to do something there as well. Let's talk about Q2 now. Was it like you thought it was going to be, or the LH came out of nowhere?
So there was a little press conferences about Pecco arguing about people following him, trying to get a time, and Pecco got his he got the number 1 time at first, and then LH came out of nowhere. I mean, that Aprilia, I don't know, the times he does, sometimes it shocks me. I like to see it when he gets up there, and I think he deserves it for sure. But we all expect to see like Jorge Martin or Pecco, one of the top guys. Bastianini was up there at one point, and then here comes Elish. So
yeah.
For that.
Old man came through. He's the oldest man on the grid.
Yeah, you need to be up there though to compete.
Yeah, definitely.
Like 7th or 8th, you gotta fight. First, you gotta make it through turn 1. Once you make it through that, you got a long fight to get to the front. So, but yeah, good for him to get pole.
Mark Marquez seemed to be struggling a little bit. You talked about Pecco complaining after qualifying second on the grid. I don't want to sit here and say start with Mark Marquez, but it does look really bad. To do that. And there's other riders doing it now. And so it is a fair point. It's not something that I get it. You can do it. You know what I'm saying? But how's that relationship going to be like when you're not on the track, when you do things like this? It's like, run your own race. Jack Miller, Bagnaia, Martin, Vinales, Elish, and Mir and Luca Marini, Bezzecchi. These are guys that don't look for tow. Morbidelli, these are guys that don't look for tow. But then there's other guys that do it, and it really just, to me, at the end of the day, nobody's winning.
Yeah, I feel that Mark does it as a struggle tool. There's been times where most of the season where that hasn't really been a subject, especially from the times him being on Honda. And we saw it going through the practice and qualifying where he's not, top 5. He's like 8 or 9 or somewhere
right
in between. In his mind, he's like, I need to be up there. So he just results to that Honda mentality, toe moment, and it's just transformed back into the Honda mentality and just cost him.
That's not a Honda mentality, man. That's a bully mentality right there. That's straight bully. And I think because he's 8 times world champion, I think he feels he can get away with it. But from a fan and from looking on, it's like, bro, come on. We know it's going to take you time. Don't force it. You know what I'm saying? Don't force it. You got the factory seat, bro. Don't force it. You don't need to do this. The Ducati, you just find your groove, take your time and find your groove. Because you don't want to see it. These other riders don't want to see it. And at the end of the day, so far, it's not helping you.
It's another thing when you are just line up behind somebody, or if you just cool off for just a couple turns and then you just pull up behind somebody. But when you specifically pick a rider and it's like, he pull off the track, you pull off the track. He pull back on, you pull back on. He slows down, you slow down. It's like, dude, just go on.
Yeah, and
you're making it worse for everyone. Tires getting cold, you're getting people irritated, and it's just not fun at that point. So
right, because you saw when Bezzecchi and Diggia was behind Bagnaia and Marquez trying to squeeze in. And then he didn't make the pass, unfortunately, because he had the room. He had open track. You know what I'm saying? But he was looking for that toe. And then he had more pace than Bezzecchi, but he's mad at Bezzecchi like Bezzecchi's riding slow. It's like, bro, just do your thing, man, because it don't look good.
Exactly. I do remember that. There's a lot of throwing hands up in this session for all the riders too. So.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, that's. I don't understand what makes him. I know his coaches don't tell him to do that. It's like a off order thing. Like when they tell you to run play A, you run in play B, and you're like, what's he doing out there?
Right. And I don't know how Ducati's going to deal with this. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that ultimately made the decision to put him on the factory seat. So I don't know how they're going to deal with it. But right now, I don't think it was a good decision right now at the moment, just seeing it because the way it's playing out, because now you can't have somebody else think they can do what they want. And, he should be grateful just to be on a Ducati because, like I said, like I've been saying, Ducati didn't need him as far as winning and getting on the podium, maybe selling more bikes to consumers, but not at the moment. So over the next few years, because once they change in 2027, it's going to be an even keel for everybody at that point, and whoever gets their bike figured out the quickest, obviously, is going to be up front. So it's weird to see. And so, but I don't want to keep going on that. We don't have a lot of time. Let's talk about Bastianini. He said it. We've been saying it. He's qualified fairly well. He's the, what I'm saying? I think that's what he needed, and I'm happy to see it. What did you think about his qualifying times?
I mean, the beast is woken up as we see, and I know once you can start running up front and you get results, you start performing a lot better. So I see him. He has been riding better for the past couple rounds, but for him to get that position, I think he's well deserved for him.
Yeah, no doubt. So let's talk about the sprint. First turn, two VR46 Academy riders. Morbidelli took out Bezzecchi. I hope Bezzecchi's okay. They both had to get off, take the stretcher out. Actually, no, Morbidelli limped off. They both went to medical, and it's going to be assessed after the sprint race. So I think between now and tomorrow, we'll find out if Morbidelli is going to be punished.
Got the news already.
Say again?
Got the news already.
Oh, okay. What's the news?
He's serving a double long lap penalty.
Wow. And that's the next round he can race, and we don't know if he's healthy enough to race tomorrow yet. Or we'll find that out, right? I mean, I think that's a light penalty for that. I don't know if he got in there too hot. Sounds like it, and not a mechanical or anything like that. Renz and Morbidelli. These guys need to, they might need to go up to the mountainside and get cleansed and get the bad juju off of them, because these two guys, man, for the last couple of years they've been having some bad juju around them.
Did Ducati have a certain power band or something? Like he must have didn't shift quick enough. He hit that power band, and I don't know. He should have went around the outside or something, knowing he's gonna mentally try to get gain positions into turn one. Right. You're starting from that far back.
Right. I don't know if he got sucked in. I obviously he didn't want to run into any rider, much less the VR46 Academy rider, right? And I think he locked up the front trying to miss Bezzecchi, from what I could tell. But when you're going that fast, you got hundreds of seconds to make a difference between missing somebody and hitting somebody. Because even in the sprint race, you saw Brad Bender and Acosta. They collided, and Acosta had to ride with one arrow missing on one side of the bike. So I do feel bad for obviously Bezzecchi, because I think he's starting to feel a little bit better. So this doesn't help his cause, and I don't know if he's hurt or not. And obviously Morbidelli with the double lap penalty, long lap penalty. It sounds like he has a seat for next year. So as far as that's concerned, because he's been riding really well, so I hope it's not too much of a setback for him.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope not. But as far as Bezzecchi, his bad breaks continues. He's been trying to get back, get in the groove, and he's just been catching bad breaks everywhere. So I hope that he's all right as well, and continuing definitely Morbidelli. But double long lap penalty, you might as well chalk this race up as a loss, because this track is long, fast flowing. That's a lot of time loss.
Yeah.
So especially when you're starting.
I will say this is one of the I enjoyed this race, watching this race a lot. It was very entertaining. It was very competitive. I feel bad for Bagnaia going down. Obviously, so that's tough. For Bastianini winning, I'm happy for him. Happy that he had a good start. He sat behind Martin long enough and tried to make the pass the first time. Didn't get it right. Second time, got it. If Bastianini continues the way he is, he's going to be very hard to beat. And also, do you think that out of Bagnaia, Bastianini, and Martin, right, for tomorrow's race, who do you think is going to come out with the, because they all, Bastianini's on top for today, first sprint, so he's coming out with a high. Martin got beat by Bastianini, so that doesn't feel good, and Pecco crashed out. So, Marquez crashed out too, but I don't think Marquez was going to catch them anyway. And I don't know if if we'll see what happens tomorrow. Mark's going to have some luck to catch those guys tomorrow. So out of these three guys, and I'm not saying Aleix can't win it, but Aleix had a really good ride. And he got pole and got on the podium, and he couldn't catch those three Ducatis in front of him. One crashed out, but for Martin and Bagnaia, right? Because what do you think?
Are you serious? You know the answer to this one. We know this was a sprint race. It didn't really matter for Pecco. I mean, of course, he wants the points.
Okay.
Turn one. Tomorrow, Pecco is going to be up front, and he's not looking back.
That's it.
I just have, I never had nothing against Pecco. I like Pecco, but I always wanted to see someone like compete against him. But I just, from his history, like the sprints in the GP race, like he turns up, and now that he got no points, like I don't see him having a 0-point weekend.
Gotcha.
And especially his position. I mean, luckily he still has a 1-point lead right now. For Martin getting second place instead of first, which he'd have been down to. But I feel still, if that was the case, I think he's just going to jump out there, knowing the chaos that happened, because I'm sure they watched the race to study how people turn in certain corners.
Right.
Incident happen. So he's going to get out there, push. I think he's going to take it all the way. I think the fight will still continue between Bastianini and Martin. So that'll be a good one to watch. And then, I think it'll be Pecco.
Bastianini.
Okay.
Well, it's proven that Bastianini can pass Pecco because he's done it. He can pass Marquez because he's done it, and Martin because he's done it. And it's only poor qualifying. And for Martin, if he doesn't get a good start, he usually doesn't come from the back. You know what I'm saying? So he can get out front, and he has to get a certain amount of, a second or a second and a half in front of somebody and manage that time, and he generally would win the race, right? But the Marquez, and I'll give Marquez credit for this, and he continues to do this, he can go through the pack. Bastianini can go through the pack. And Pecco can force his way to the front, but he usually do that in the first corner. And he can do that mid-race and after, right? And I think that's what he was doing mid-race and after to push when he tucked the front. But we don't know now if it was a mistake on him, or if it's the gremlins in the Ducati where these guys are crashing out and they say that they're doing the same thing and they don't know what happened.
Yeah, I think the mistake was probably on Pecco, knowing that he had to push for his position that he was in. But that I want to read up on as well, to see if it's actually Ducati gremlins. But I do know one thing, that Jorge is going to have some nightmares for Bastianini passing him the last corner in Mugello to win. Bastianini passing him in Silverstone.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lot of laps left, and it was a sprint race, but now he know if somebody's coming up behind him, it's not just Pecco or a sneaky Marc Marquez. He's got to worry about the beast now. And the beast has figured him out. And as you see, like when you're riding behind a rider and you're stuck behind him for a few laps, there's a couple corners where you're like, all right, this is my opportunity.
Right.
So Bastianini definitely took his opportunity very cleanly. I don't remember what lap he passed him, but there's no looking back pretty much. He just knew he had the pace to inch out, and he did.
Right. And, go ahead.
No, just saying it's going to be interesting Sunday. Can't wait.
Oh, it's going to, listen, man, I cannot wait for that myself. It's definitely going to be interesting. And we can see, I think before the summer break, the 2023 Ducati, depend on certain tracks, they were close to the 24 bike. But now we see all the 24 bikes are pulling away from the 23 bike. And if that continues for the rest of the season, it's going to be very hard for Marquez to catch up.
I mean, I'm sure he knows that. Then, with this being a not more technical track, he needs that assistance, it seems like. So he started, I guess, that toe trail again. And I haven't really seen that, like I said before, in the past few races because, a lot of turns and hard braking. And this one is just a lot of gas. And as you see, at the end of the sprint, we had like 2 or 3 riders who ran out of gas.
But it was all Ducatis. They're like all Ducatis that ran out of gas.
Yeah. So, it's a big track.
Yeah, it is a big track. That's why there's only 20 laps in the main race and 10 in the sprint. Let's shout out the sponsors, man.
Yeah, I appreciate Official Vortex, Woodcraft Technologies, JNG Performance, and Hideaway RV Rentals. Since I've started racing, help me out.
No doubt. Shout out to Workbench Technology. Go to Workbench Tech. Get all your information. Shout out to Hamden Yard, hamdenyard.com, and get your latest gear from there. Also, go to B4evaKool.com. We want to thank all the sponsors, all the folks that are subscribing and liking us and commenting. Continue to do it. Appreciate it. My name is Rex45.
My name is TJ with 2 L's and Coffee.
Peace.
Peace.